What is going on, beautiful world? The light is beaming, the birds are chirping, and it's your boy Fili back again with another episode of Stylesbyfili. This episode right here, we are going to talk about none other than these Birkenstock Fear God sandals. So in this episode right here, we're going to talk about these sandals, talk about the materials. I'm going to tell you about my first impression in regards to them, how I feel about them, and give you an overall review. And last but not least, we are going to put some fire fits together just in case you're having a hard time putting fits together with these sandals. So with that being said, let's get to this. I found my way, mission accomplished, I got it, now far from afraid. Can nothing haunt me, confident on my left is great. Can nothing stop me, don't count me out, ain't got no ways. Ain't stuff for nothing, I found my route. We are back again with another episode of Stylesbyfili, and we are going to talk about these beautiful sandals right here. This Fear God Birkenstock collaboration on these sandals called Feliz. In regards to my first impressions with these sandals, I was a little bit shocked because again, I wasn't a huge fan of Birkenstocks. I mean, I liked what they did put out and how people rock them. I just aesthetically didn't go with my style in any of the fits that I would put together. But I am kind of happy to see that this collaboration happened. First of all, the box right here is very clean. I like the minimalistic look, and it has that raised font at the very top that says Birkenstock as well as Fear God, with some label sizing on the side, and it also shows you the materials as well as the colors. So very clean packaging, I would say. Inside the box, you could also see that when you open the flap, there is a spot for you to actually, like, in a way, measure your foot. Really interesting, because if you don't know what your foot measurement is like, you can actually use this to kind of guide you so you know exactly what your measurement would be. Now, the box has plain and simple look inside. It does have that Birkenstock and Fear God tissue paper. It just comes in very wrapped. But the interesting thing about the sandals that came in the box is that the sandals, like, they're not, I don't think they needed all that space in the box, to be honest. Now let's talk about color for a bit. Now these sandals did come in, I would say, 5 different colors, 2 of them with different textile materials, and the other 3 with suede. In the suede colorways, they came in ash, taupe, as well as cement, and in the textile materials, they came in cement and ash melange, or the other one is actually cement melange. I went with the all suede color. I think they were really cool. In regards to the colors that were my top favorites, I would say it was the ash, then the cement, then the taupe. When I went to see them in store, I wasn't a huge fan of the taupe. I did cop them online first. Didn't know if it was gonna be a regret that I was gonna have, but realistically speaking, it wasn't. So I'm happy that I went with the ash and the cement, because when I saw the taupe in person, I wasn't a huge fan. In the pictures, it did look pretty cool, but in person, it didn't do it for me. But don't get me wrong, at some point in time, I feel like I might end up buying them so they can go with the lighter pieces that I have from Fear God or from the Essentials line. In regards to sizing, when I first bought them online, I actually went with a 41. Now, typically I go with a 41 with all Fear God sizing, and seeing that this was a collaboration between Birkenstock and Fear God, I felt that they were going to play around with their sizing a bit. So I did go with a 41 for my true Fear of God sizing. But when I went in store to actually try them on, I noticed that the 41s were not fitting properly. So at that point, I asked someone to help me out to see if they had a 42. Luckily they did. I tried on that 42, and the 42 fit perfectly fine. The fact that I can adjust the strap on these sandals actually makes it better for me, because I tend to have a wide foot. So I typically wear a US 9.5 10, preferably on the 10 side, since I do have a wide foot, but I like that snug feeling with my sneakers at times, so I do go with a size 9.5. So the fact that these sandals have a Velcro strap that I can take on and off and adjust it to my foot is pretty cool. You know, I feel that my left foot tends to be a little bit wider than my right foot, so this is like a big up to Birkenstock and Fear God, as I can feel more comfortable in regards to these sandals and how I put them on. So my recommendation for this would be, Go with the Birkenstock sizing. Do not go with your Fear of God sizing, as they will not fit like Fear of God sizing footwear does. You know, I've actually done reviews in regards to this, especially with the California slip-on, even though that is a different type of material footwear. But I kind of break down in one of my videos how Fear of God footwear fits compared to regular footwear, and as well as the California slip-on. But this right here, I would definitely say go to your true to size Birkenstock or your US sizing, just to make sure it fits perfectly fine. Keep in mind that they do not run with half sizes. It's actually full size run, so 41, 42, 43, 44, and so on. So make sure you know what your full size run is and what best fits you when it comes to wearing any of these sandals. So I'm not here to give you any history in regards to these Birkenstocks, because like I said, I don't know much about Birkenstock. I don't know why the price point on these Birkenstocks were so expensive. Now I believe in US dollars they were $455. In Canadian pricing, believe it or not, it was $565 plus tax. And where I'm from right here in Canada, especially in Toronto, we pay 13% tax. So these Birkenstocks were pretty pricey. Now, an interesting thing about this is that when I seen different retailers selling these Birkenstock Fear God collaboration, that they actually went past the 600 price mark on their websites, and that is kind of steep when you think about it for, you know, just plain and simple sandals. But I will say this, after, you know, having them in hand, do I think they're worth the price point? You know, that's debatable, and that goes for anything. Seeing that they're Birkenstocks and they, you know, have made such dope footwear together with Fear of God, the materials are A1. I cannot deny that. That suede is butter. It's really, really clean. You can tell they're gonna be sturdy. And I gotta mention this in the review portion, because I feel that when it comes to sandals or footwear, you definitely need to have, you know, really strong materials. So I want to bring up the Velcro portion in regards to the sandal. Now I feel that you can definitely do a lot of heavy walking with these sandals, and that Velcro will not wear out that easy. It's gonna be there for a long time. It acts really sturdy, so therefore your foot will not, you know, undo the Velcro portion. And I say that because there have been some shoes in the past, some footwear in the past that I've actually owned, and the Velcro just kind of, you know, it doesn't stick too well, and it ends up, you know, deteriorating faster than expected. And sometimes the Velcro pieces are something that's key to the aesthetic of the shoe, not only the aesthetic, the purpose of the shoe. And I feel that these sandals do have that there. They are using heavy and sturdy materials to make sure that you are comfortable while walking. One thing I also want to mention in regards to the sandals is the fact that, you know, they're very sturdy inside. They do have a bit of a groove that makes you feel like you should have like a support on your foot. So for me, it did feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't think I have a flat foot, but it made me feel like I did have a flat foot, because the way it's grooved inside, it felt really sturdy, and it made my foot feel a little discomforting. Now, when it comes to comfort in regards to these sandals, I hear a lot of people talk about Birkenstocks being one of the comfiest sandals out there. Now, I've never owned a pair, but now having a pair, if I were to compare anything, and again, now we can base it off materials and all that as well, but to me, they're not as comfortable as I thought they'd be. I think they are very sturdy. I think they're gonna go the distance. I feel that if the disciples back in the day had these, they'd probably still hold, you know, their sturdiness till this day. But to me, one of the most comfiest sandals, especially when it comes to open toe, are the Yeezy foam sandals. I think those are a lot better. Those slides fit comfier, and I know we're talking about materials now. We're talking comparing foam to, you know, suede and other, you know, materials that Birkenstock use. But again, if we're talking comfort wise, there is, you know, different footwear out there that's more comfortable. And to one up any of these two, you know, footwear designs that I just mentioned in regards to the slides, the Yeezy slides and these Birkenstocks, I would say the California slip-ons are the most comfortable out of all of them anyways. But I'm comparing open toe slides to, you know, open toe sandals with the Birkenstocks here. I ain't mad at it, to be honest. I feel that these things could last me a long time, especially if I'm gonna be wearing them heavily they're clearly not for the house. And you know, the Yeezy slides are not for outdoors. I feel that they, you know, kind of get run down more when you wear them outside, and I think they're more so for indoors. So these are a perfect, you know, outdoor footwear sandal, like to go to the beach, to, you know, run some errands. And to be honest, you could look stylish and fly with these sandals. I definitely recommend that. If you are looking for something to look very stylish in, you should cop it. You won't regret it, I can tell you that much. But seeing how they are sitting on websites right now, because at that price point, I believe that they're gonna go down. Some of these websites are probably gonna go and have them on sale soon enough. I know some websites that did have the Feliz sandals up, they already sold them at a pretty decent, you know, discounted price, roughly around 20%, I think. And you were getting it basically a new release at a lower price, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I didn't know about that. It made no sense for me to just buy another pair because I had already copped these, and I was too late to find out about, you know, these other retailers selling them with a discount. So I missed that train, but it's all good nonetheless. I'm kind of happy that I got these. These are made in Germany. As we know, Birkenstock is a German company, and you know, the Germans didn't disappoint this time. I don't think they ever do with a lot of the engineering. So very happy that Fear of God, Jerry Lorenzo, and Birkenstock team collaborated in creating something really awesome to kind of wear throughout the summer. With that being said, now let's get to the part that a lot of people like to see, which is the outfit portion. I'm going to show you how I style these Los Feliz sandals and how you could rock them yourself. Hopefully they motivate you and inspire you to put different outfits together with these sandals if you did cop a pair, or if you're having a hard time thinking about what you can wear with them with the pieces in your closet. I'm going to show you a few different outfits that I put together, so let's get into it. Back.
I stay on my grind. I can read through the lines. Wanna cop me a rose. Wanna hop in the foreign. Wanna look at the sky. Double her vibes, but I had no remorse. Run down my numbers. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. You know I put up. Run down my numbers. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. You know I put up. And no remorse. I'd rather be that in the Porsche. I'm dying lavish, of course. Shawty comes from Chapping like I'm from the north. Taco got my hang, that's a show. I'm from Brussels, still fuck with the north. And we always chasing money. We never chase no bitches, cause we on the road to riches. Yeah, yeah. Turn my main to my side, she decide to, I'm disrespect the lie. Capping my part aside. On the 401, she is the vibe. Rich, I done gotta keep it presidential every time I'm inside. Yeah. And I'm Morris. I stay on my grind. I can read through the lines. Wanna cop me a rose. Wanna hop in the foreign. Wanna look at the sky. Double her vibes, but I had no remorse. Run down my numbers. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. You know I put up. Run down my numbers. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. Yeah, ain't no remorse. I hop out the Porsche. They ask what I'm driving, it's more than a horse. Take food off your plate, you do the chores. We running the city like it was a sport. The best in the world, we are the north. Heading to the top, we stay on course. I burn the 5 mics, I am the source. Sweaty man sparkles like it's July 4th. Had to switch lanes on y'all. Some pray I rise, some pray I fall. I keep my head high, remain real tall. I chase my dreams while you wait for a call. Yeah, I won't pull up in the bins. Wanna reinvest and double my ends. I keep a hustle like I'm money in. Keep it a buck, I ain't gotta pretend. Nah, I don't understand all the lying. There is no cap when I'm grinding. Making money over violence. Making my moves all in silence. Yeah, them boys, yeah, we put in work. Gotta make it work, nothing less than first. This ain't regular shit. Ain't no remorse. I stay on my grind. I can read through the lines. Wanna cop me a rose. Wanna hop in the foreign. Wanna look at the sky. Double her vibes, but I had no remorse. Run down my numbers. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits. You know I put up digits.
That's a wrap for this episode right here. As you can see, we just came back from the outfit portion, and you guys can see what I'm gonna rock these Birkenstocks with. These Birkenstocks Fear God collaboration surprised me with these Los Feliz sandals because I never thought that I would ever own a pair of Birkenstocks in my life. From a distance, they do look cozy and they look nice on other people. I just think, aesthetically speaking, they did not fit any of my outfits. But lo and behold, Jerry Lorenzo and the Fear God team know how to make shit happen. And now I'm here with 2 pairs of Birkenstocks. Let me know in the comment box below how you guys feel in regards to the price point of these Birkenstocks, as well as should they drop different colorways with Fear God, and are they some of the coziest sandals out there. Also, in the description box below, you can check all my outfits in details to see what brands I'm rocking with these Birkenstocks. And make sure you check out my music. Follow me on IG on SoundsbyFili, and you can check out my latest video as well as my new video that just came out. And before we get going, I like to give style of the day to the homie right here, Tony. Tony has this dope Fear God bomber jacket with these essential sweats and those Asics. Very clean, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. With that being said, love, peace, and happiness. Peace. Swig of water. Gather my thoughts. Think about my thoughts. We are going to talk about a pair of this episode right here. We are going to talk about some, almost said super duper, I don't know why. And with another episode of Stylesbyfili. This episode right here, we are going to talk about none other, that's what I meant to say. Alright, let's start again. Birkenstock Fear God slides. No, they're not slides. Jesus sandals. For all. And you know what? I'm honestly speaking, calm down. I'm stuttering. You got no excuse this time, bro. You ate. And I showed you guys how I would style these California portion in regards to these not California slip-ons. Dog. Peace. I did not like how I did that.
No.
I did this. You didn't see my. I was like, yeah, I licked my lips way too long. Creepy, bro. That's just creepy. Also, in the description box, take your time, G. Take your time. All right. For real, for real.